Hi there and welcome to the Shoe Rainer Drawing channel on YouTube, and this is an extra funny little thing I thought I would do for the royal wedding. And if you're watching in 100 years time, that's for Prince William and Catherine Middleton. So let's not talk about it, let's do it. Okay, well, I've had so much grief from people saying no more of these girly kind of royal wedding things, so I'm going to do a boyish kind of royal wedding thing. And I'm going to draw the cannons firing the 21 gun salute. So you're going to want a great big wheel at the front like that. And I've done a bit of research on this. Look, if you're a fan of the King's Troop and all that kind of thing, then this is not perfect, okay? I don't expect it to be. This is just a bit of fun, and I don't even know if the King's Troop are doing a 21 gun salute kind of thing. But this is a kind of a thing. Now look, you've got the gun axle on the wheel here, and you've got a slight kind of angle on the wheel. So don't make it straight up and down. And then it's kind of 2 on each one, 2 like that, 2 like that, 2 like that, 2 like that, and they'll be coming in kind of like something like that. Good. And there's the wheel, and then in between here you'll see there's this kind of protection shield for the gunners. So I'm sure they have a different name. I'm sure they're not really gunners. I'm sure they've got some special kind of name. Now the gun has this that's the actual gun part, and then it has this other bit on the top which is kind of I think it's a kind of a recoil compression kind of thing, something or other, and then you'll see bits kind of around the back. There's a strange white stripe down the front, and there's kind of things on there as well. I don't know what they are. Someone who's really into these things might make a comment and say. And then we need a wheel on the other side, and again that would be kind of going like that, and then 1, 2, 1, 2, something there like that. And then you can imagine there's kind of down below there you've got this bit that kind of coming back. This is the kind of bit which connects up to the gun carriage, and there's a kind of a triangular metal bit there with a kind of a weird handle like that. Yeah, and then you've got 3 guys doing it, and sort of one's kind of kneeling down, kind of something like that there, and his foot will be behind. And another one is just kind of poking his head above. I think he's probably the one who pulls the trigger. And they have these kind of fabulous hats. And another guy here who is kind of doing something. I don't know. But anyway, it's a kind of a 3-man gun crew. And if you draw it like this, you can nicely get them all hidden behind there. So you don't have to draw them all, which is a huge bonus, really. And then we're going to want this kind of coming out there, and something kind of like that probably, and good. I'm going to start inking it in now. Here we go. As I say, now let me think, what do I need to do? Let's draw the rim of this wheel like that. It's going to come around there. So the rim is, I often say this, draw the thing that's nearest to you first. The rim is kind of the nearest part to you. So then you need to kind of do these bits, and they're kind of, they're not an even size. They kind of flute in the middle. Does that make sense? Flute. They go in and out. So kind of in and out a bit, and then they go kind of in and out, in and out. And then we can draw the rest of the axle there, because the rest of that is now going to come in like that. And then you need to kind of round them off here as they hit the rim of the wheel, because then we kind of put the inside of the wheel kind of behind the spokes so that they kind of fit on there. Does that make sense? They're much wider on this side. Anyway, and then fit behind there the I'm sure it has armour probably is what it is, and I'm not quite sure if there's some kind of banding around the cannon part like that. And I know it's all very highly polished, and there's kind of looks very shiny, and they're very proud of their cannons and keep them very clean and shiny. And I don't know if, no, they're not used in real battle, are they anymore? Not anymore. No, these are kind of ceremonial guns now. That would go there, and you go, and in that sound, you know, I used to draw guns and things like that when I was a boy, and of course, as you as you draw them, you have to do the sound effects. I'm going to kind of do smoke rings, kind of going off like that, and you can maybe do little bits coming off, blasting off like that, and then you can draw the wheel in the background like that, and again go around there, and then you need to kind of draw the rim like that, and again that will be there so we can see, and then that will be different. I'm being very loose on this one. I'm not trying to be accurate at all. It's just a little bit of fun for everyone who's got bored of girly stuff on the engagement and the royal wedding. Then at least, you know, all the soldiers are going to be there exploding everything. Look at the time. Where does the time go? Now these hats have these kind of funny little red bits sticking over the top. If you go to Google and you type in the King's Troop, you'll King's Troop and gun, something like that, you will see what they look like. They're all very fine in their hats, which are kind of, they would probably been wearing these hats in the, what's it, Balaclava War or something, when Queen Victoria was on the throne. So they must be, what, 150 something years old when these uniforms. These are little kind of red flaps and little plumes on the top, and if you just kind of draw their faces in like that, they're going to have little things holding their, what do they call, chin strap things, and like that. And maybe now I see I'm giving him a moustache now, and you'll find somebody will Google and email or something, leave a message saying, King's Troop, they're not allowed to wear moustaches or something like that. But never mind. You'll probably find it's, you know, against military regulations for gunners to have moustaches. I don't know, but I've given him a moustache. And then we want to kind of go there, and they have a stripe down their legs, down the side of their trousers. That's a very, what am I doing? He should have his other foot kind of, that's it, yeah. So his other foot should be about there. I'm just going to cross hatch in those trousers. Do you call them trousers? So this is the job, we're doing an international kind of thing. I call them trousers, and I'm sure in the States you call them pants. Whereas pants here are what you, I don't know, what we call underwear. Pants. Alright. And in America, I think you call trousers pants, whereas we call them trousers. So, so I'm kind of talking about American pants, English trousers. These are British soldiers, so they will be wearing trousers, actually. It wouldn't be seen dead out in our pants. You'll be court-martialed, probably. And there's this kind of handle thing there. I'm really rushing now because this is just a bit of fun. I think this might be my last video for a couple of days because I'm very tired and I've got an awful lot of stuff to do, and there's the royal wedding and one thing and another. So, but I shall be back. I shall be back. How long have we got? 10 minutes. I might as well do this a bit longer and just finish it all off, and then that'll be kind of darker up at the top there. Like that. And this is the gun plate thing here. The armour plate is quite dark, so I'll give that a fairly plain. It's not cross hatching because it's just a bit of tone really, like that, and then this can kind of become lighter as it comes to the front there. That should be dark underneath but getting lighter. And I'm going to erase the pencil lines now because they're starting to get in the way of how I'm seeing the drawing. Oh! I need to get all that like that. And we'll put some kind of grass around like that. And we're going to want to have what's going on down here. That's his feet, so we'll see something else, probably his feet down there. We need some kind of dark stuff going on in there because you know there's going to be bits of gun breeches and things like that inside there. We're going to want some shading as well, aren't we? That will need a bit of shading going on down there. And how does that look? That's just a bit of fun. Here we go. It's a very quick drawing. Where's that? 12 minutes and 37 seconds. A bit round there. I'm trying to look at it in the camera. How does that look? I'm going to call that it. I've been in a school all day and I'm very tired, but I just wanted to do one more kind of thing for the royal wedding, and this is kind of to please all those people who keep making comments saying, can I draw more guns and planes and things like that? So that's just to keep you going. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, keep coming back to the Shoe Raider Drawing channel on YouTube, and keep drawing, keep practicing, and keep exploding those cannons for 21 gun salutes, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye bye, take care.